On already. Item Ree's on in DC. It's beautiful, warm and Saturday there. It is a chilly, overcast, rainy day here. Christopher's on in the UK. Stephen is on in Australia. 12 degrees at 2:30 in the morning for Stephen. You're having an Indian summer day in Washington, D.C., okay. 13 degrees in Falmouth. Ron's on in Washington State. What's the weather like there for you? Roger's on in Athens, 23 degrees there. Beautiful day. Media's on in Finland. There we go. I think that's everybody. Welcome. And, oh, there's Alain in Montreal. Welcome, welcome. Today was Stamp Show Day. So I went in and found a bunch of things for a bunch of different people. A couple things that, well, they're all going to be displayed on the channel, but then they'll get parceled up and sent off into different places around the world. So, 80th birthday of Pippi Longstocking. Okay. But yeah, no, I found I took some lists of things that different people wanted, went through the stamp albums there, went through the boxes, the sets, found a few things that I can send off to different people that they collect. There's a few things I found for the giveaway for this month, for some future giveaways, and even had some new ideas presented to me about new giveaways too. So that's awesome. Oh, Christopher in Washington, D.C., or Washington State's on now as well. Welcome. David's on in Nova Scotia. Foggy and 13 degrees down there in Yarmouth. Did some soaking and sorting last night. Okay, good. There's going to be a celebration at the library for Pippi Longstocking. Interesting. Oh, Charmaine's on in Maine. Good morning. All right. That gets caught up with the morning stamp show. I was there for about 2 hours. There was things on the auction table that I was kind of interested in, but I did want to get back to this live stream, and got some things I got to get done this afternoon too, and I think I spent enough, so I restrained and left. Kyler was over from Nova Scotia, or from Prince Edward Island. He's back from his trip, and so it was nice to see him again. He actually brought a couple things for me too, which was kind of nice. It will be great for the channel. One thing he found was Happy Hedgehog stickers. So definitely can make use of these stickers on people's postcards that I send out. And will work well for Wednesday's decorating and all sorts of things. And then he said he went through his postcard collection because he took 2.5 months to travel across Canada. And he bought a lot of postcards. So when he got back, he had time to go through the postcards he already had, and found some that he wasn't using. So he thought he'd give them to me, which was very kind of him. And so there's a book of Old Glory postcards. So some American postcards in a book. We have a nice castle card. This one has actually been sent before. So it is a vintage card. We have airplane, vintage airplane. These ones haven't been sent, so these are going to be great because I know there's lots of people that enjoy aviation. Might have been good for the giveaway that we had too. So we have this one of Anna Green Gables' house. And yes, I'm reading the comments that are coming up too as I'm going through this quickly. We have a card from Poland. We have another card from Poland. This card, also from Poland. So someone did some traveling. Krakow, Poland. Wow, so many cards from Poland. Now, what do you guys feel about cards that come from, say, from me, from Canada, and I send you a card from Poland? Are you all right with that? Some people I know want to get cards from the places that they come from. These ones here, these are great because these are Canadian postcards that are prepaid. And I've done this before. See, they only cost 8 cents back in the day to send these postcards. They still honor that today. So if I put this in the mail, it's going to get to its destination. Item reads okay getting postcards from different places. Gary is on from Surrey, British Columbia. Christopher's okay with getting cards from anywhere in the world. That's great because some of them are very topical. I am not sure what this says. This guy's buried in dirt. Charmaine doesn't mind where you get cards from you. This is a really beautiful card too with the Chinese lanterns. So I said, you know what? These are going to be perfect, Kyler, because I can just add them to my stock of postcards. And on days like Wednesday when we pick a random card, these could be the random cards. These are other prepaid Canadian postcards that were 8 cents back in the day. This one isn't, but that's just a postman. I'm going to put that back in the sleeve because they are all prepaid cards. I want to keep them separate. That'll save me a little bit of postage. And I'm all about that these days. This one's nice. Anybody like a bull? Oh, okay. We're having a variety of cards. Oh, sneaky, sneaky Kyler. He also put in a whole bunch of stamps. I'll save these and we'll go through those on the day I show the stamps. Probably Monday that it came in. Isabel's on in Chile now. We are going through cards that my friend Kyler from Prince Edward Island brought over, donated to me. They are all blank. In case you're just tuning in now. How old is Dakota and when was her birthday? Happy birthday to your cat, Dakota. These are more Canadian prepaid postage cards. I should probably set those aside and put them in an envelope with other ones. Oh, there's more of those too. These are awesome. There's so many of them here. Some great vintage scenes, places around the country. We don't have pennies in Canada. No, pennies are gone. Someone talk about pennies? Hold on, I missed something. Who isn't watching the pennies? Okay, everyone's. You got 10 centimeters of snow already? Wow, okay. You can have it, Monty. I don't want your snow. 16. Is today her birthday, Charmaine? And there's another bunch of prepaid Canadian cards. Yes, watching their pennies is an idiom. But we're watching our pennies, our nickels, our quarters, our dimes, our 50-cent pieces. Another packet. Prepaid. I think you went to the post office back in, I don't know, when 8-cent stamps were in vogue. But you bet I'm going to try sending these for 8 cents because they are prepaid. I've done it before with some postcards. I even sent one internationally, and it got there okay. We've got cars. These are cool. You know what? These two cars, I'm going to set them aside right now. They're going to go in the giveaway for this month's Stamp of the Month because it's about automobiles. I think they'll be perfect. So let's not be greedy. Let's send them off into the world. We have postcards from the Rockies. Do you collect much postal stationery? I don't collect postal stationery, no, not really. We have a puppy, so this will be perfect to send out these ones too. Should have, if I'd had these last week, I would have sent them out to the world, but we can still send them out now. So there's a whole bunch of Remembrance Day ones. Oh, I know some people that might like these. Pokemon. Yeah, they are all Pokemon postcards in a pack. And some more vintage ones. These are from Prince Edward Island, Summerside. So there's 3 of those all the same. There's another PEI one. Fathers of Confederation. And this is just a advertisement one. Black and white. The Amalfi Coast. Some art cards. And then castles. Wow. So Kyler, if you're watching this, thank you so much. I will send you a message too for all that, and surprising me with a pack of stamps in the middle of all of that too. So yeah, that's a lot of cards, keep me going for a while. You know what I tend to do? These cards tend to go on the top, and so first little while, the cards that I have to send out next week, probably some of these will be them, especially those remembrance cards. If I do some things up on Monday, those will be the ones that I'll send out. Perfect, match them up with a Remembrance Day stamp as well. And add those 2 cards to the giveaway for this month with all the rest of the automobile things. You've got some Magic Eye postcards. Not sure if they'd appreciate it since not everybody can see what they're... Yeah, it's always nice to have different postcards, so send them out into the world. Someone will appreciate them for sure. Just like 3D postcards or wooden postcards or cork postcards or shaped cards. It's always interesting to find something different in your mailbox. Did I miss any other comments there when I was flipping through all that stuff? Today is Dakota's birthday. Okay, well, happy birthday, Dakota. 16 or 17 or 15 or however old she may be. I'm sure she's greatly appreciated every day by you. So that's what happened today. I'll show you the stamps I got another day. They may even be tomorrow, because I will probably do a postcard tomorrow, a official post-crossing one, but probably won't do a video about it. So it'd be a good day to show you the stamps that I got at the stamp show. Yeah, Christopher, I'm with you. I have a hard time seeing those Magic Eye postcards as well, or bulletins or posters, whatever. Yeah, the international, the Christmas stamps that I showed the other day. International ones. So yeah, it's nice to have a variety of stamps to be able to send out. And not just the traditional ones that we see, the little tiny ones for international. What else is going on? What other things are we talking about and excited about? Hey, Wolfie, I didn't see that you were on. Welcome. Welcome. Wolfie's in the UK. Yeah, if you didn't see these stamps the other day, that's the international one. That's the Canadian one, or the domestic rate, and the US rate. And then this is the religious one that came out. So those are Canada's release for Christmas or the holidays this year. And then on Monday I showed you the Remembrance Day stamp that came out, which you can see I've been using. Yes, I saw that. Royal Mail put out their Christmas stamps as well, and Stephen has said that the stamps are out in Australia too. But no Christmas Island stamps this year. That's a shame. That's the one time a year you expect Christmas Island to be putting out stamps. Well, glad to have you back, Wolfie. I know I've seen that you've been still buying lots of things, so I can see some of your videos of some of the huge collections of stuff you've been buying. So you've got a lot to do with your stamp collection. Father's Day tomorrow in Finland. Okay. I saw that you got together with your father. Yeah, there are a lot of commemorative domestic rate stamps that come out in Canada. And I tend to use, which is an overpayment, but I use 3 domestic rate stamps to send some letters when the cards are big enough to hold them. Otherwise, I just use the little international one. Oh, Monty, your post office didn't get the U.S. and international stamps yet. I'm sure they're coming. Oh, okay. Wolfie sent a parcel this way. I'll look forward to seeing it when it arrives. Stephen didn't get his stamps either. His local post office didn't have it. Okay. Yeah, the Hanukkah stamps will be out soon too. There's quite a few stamps. There's graphic novelist stamps coming out. I think there's 6 in that set. They come out at the end of the month. And then you have a Hanukkah stamp that's coming out. And I can't remember if there's another stamp or a set of stamps still to come before the end of the year, but we seem to be having a big push of postage stamps coming out right now. And I know my local post office says they've already put on order the first day cover box that I get that shows us all the first day covers for the whole year. Oh, and Stephen, I did look for St. Pierre Miquelon mushroom stamps, but didn't find any today at the stamp show. I did find a few Puerto Rican stamps, which I was happy about. So I'll have those to show you, or show everybody. Yeah, graphic novel stamps. I don't know what they look like. There was a teaser pamphlet that came out, and my local postmaster showed it to me, and it just showed the color of the corner of the stamp. So you have no idea what the image is going to look like. It did say the graphic novel artist that was being commemorated, but I didn't know any of them. Oh, many of you have been busy writing letters, and if you bought a bunch of stamps and you've only got 4 left, that's good. Steve, I'll keep looking for the stamps when I go in case they ever show up. It seemed to be the ones that I saw today were mostly the earlier ones and ones that I had most of, I think. I did get a couple of them, and they might be duplicates, I'm not sure, but they were all used. Yeah, Smokey did a great video showing all the new stamps that are coming out for 2026. Some really nice ones will be issued by the U.S. this year coming up. There was even some car stamps that will be the low riders. They would have been nice for the giveaway this month, but sadly they don't come out till 2026. And Ida Marie had sent me not an early release, but a notification about the Muhammad Ali stamps that are coming out in January, so they're kind of cool. Route 66, yeah. I really like the Route 66 ones. There's a bunch of different ones in that grouping that maybe Smokey didn't like as much as I liked, that look more like postcards or posters for different national parks and different scenery in the U.S. The Route 66 kind of fall into that category too. They look really nice. You're looking forward to the floral and fauna stamps that are coming out. "54 degrees in Maine today." I think it's about 7 or 8 degrees Celsius here. It was raining this morning. It's now not raining, but it's overcast still. Oh, is there supposed to be a new Mr. Rogers stamp? I didn't know that. I would like to see a Mr. Rogers stamp. I don't think there's a D in Mr. Rogers' last name, though. And Ida Marie, I did find you something at the stamp show today too, so it'll be a surprise when you see it. We'll send it out to you this week. Had some strong winds in Maine. Rotating strikes are still happening, but they're only rotating them into small communities right now. There's no major centers have been hit with the strikes in this rotation. Fredericton, New Brunswick is probably the biggest one that we had here one day, but it's not affecting the mail having these smaller places be on strike for one day. So I've been working constantly since we went back. We've had lots of mail, not a lot of parcels. Oh, that was the reissue stamps. Okay. I didn't catch that. That's what it was. Steve at River said it was a reissue stamp too. Oh, some of your skirting around your trailer got torn because of the winds. Well, hopefully that's easily repaired. You also don't want to have snow or anything start building up under the trailer. Who is Finland playing that they're beating 3-0 right now? Ron doesn't like the peel and stick US stamps, which are also here in Canada. The only thing I don't like about them is when you soak off the back paper, sometimes the curling is quite intensive, so they really have to be pressed in order to get them to stay flat again. Now, you're getting a few new panels. Do you have to pay for that, or is it covered by the trailer park? Finland's playing Czechia. Okay. Strong game then. What is is it men's, women's? Is it an under 18? Is it a world event? I'm at a loss at who's playing who and what's the, is it a cup or anything like that? Is it lead up to the Worlds? Is it just a friendly between Finland and Czechia? The Czech Republic? Men's Euro hockey tournament. Okay. Okay, you have to pay for it yourself, the damage. Well, hopefully it's not too costly to have them replaced. Well, I'm guessing for Stephen, for your collection being mint, some of them you don't have to take off the paper that they come on. Is that what you tend to do, if you can? Oh, Wolfie says that his visitor, Socks, the fox, has come to visit again. She's a little bit better fed, is she? All right, do you feed the fox? Or just watch when they come into your garden? Yeah, there are a few stamps, Stephen, on the Canadian ones that do have some micro cuts. You have to be careful about too when you soak them off. Oh, that's even better. Your old neighbor will give them to you for free. Gotta love having people you know that are helping you out. Bunch of old messages I had to delete there in the background. Do your neighbors, Wolfie, like you feeding the fox and having it keep coming around? So you save a whole booklet, Gary, for a single stamp, or do you collect the booklets? Just cleaning up messages in the background here. They keep popping up. It's funny, yesterday we went out to lunch, my father and sister and I, and our waitress was from Italy. And she came to Canada because she had followed a gentleman here. And we were like, why did you leave Tuscany, which is where she was from, to come to Canada? And when she came to Canada, it was February. That must have been a culture shock to do that. The things you do for love. Okay, your neighbors don't mind. That's good. Booklets are expensive to collect, Christopher. If you have to pay for all those. Okay, so you're mostly collecting individual stamps, Gary. Stephen keeps his on the backing. Lunch was good, yeah. Probably a bit sweeter than I probably should have done, because mine was the French toast one that had strawberries and whipped cream and New York style cheesecake inside of the French toast. It was decadent. It was good. I didn't put any maple syrup or over top of it. It was sweet enough as it was. And you collect the Christmas booklets, okay? Now, do you collect the Christmas booklets from just the Royal Mail or Christmas stamps from around the world? Dad had those massive blueberry pancakes. They came with butter, blueberry jam, and even side blueberries. There were blueberries in the pancakes. And he ended up just eating half of, well, my sister cut them up for him. So he had 3 pancakes stacked. He ate one side of that, a half. So he did pretty well. Normally his appetite isn't very great, but he enjoys going out. Thank you, Charmaine. Yeah, I got a little music done up that wouldn't get copyrighted, and so we added that into the starting. I've been looking at whether or not to continue that into the outro. I don't want to take away some of the stuff that's kind of made my channel the way it is, like my brother saying bye at the end. I want to make sure that that audio stays intact and talking to Polo. But I did like the fact that we can have a little bit more of an upbeat, fun. My wife calls it the 1980s sitcom music. So. You collect Christmas stamps from around the world, okay? Christmas stamps to go with your scouting stamps. Thank you, Ida Marie. Oh, Gary sent some stamps. Okay, perfect. I hope those show up. We're 5 weeks away, I guess, at this point in time from the 200th anniversary. So I have had a couple things come in. So from Ron, I got yours, and Media, I've got yours so far, so I put that aside. Who's in the black and white picture on the top shelf behind me? That is my grandfather and grandmother on my mother's side. So this is Zaner Mac and Marjorie Mac. Zaner was born in the U.S. and came to Canada. And Marjorie was a war bride during the First World War. It came over. And so they are my mother's parents. So thanks for that question, Ron. So he is my American connection. Born in Massachusetts or New Hampshire, I can't remember. If my brother's watching this, he'll certainly have that answer. I don't have it at the top of my head, I can't remember. I know his half-sister was in Phoenix, Arizona. You can get a single Canadian stamp as a pack released quarterly, but I've bought a couple of those. I don't know. Can you buy single release stamps that have backing on them? Or do you get a whole packet of all the stamps that are released in that quarter? Nothing lazy about it, Ida Marie. I know you're not working, so don't spend any extra money if you don't have to. I appreciate when you send things, and the envelopes that have arrived are great, but do what you have to do best for yourself until you're back working again, for sure. New England, yeah. And then they lived out in Saskatchewan for a while. That's where my mother was born. And then they moved to the Annapolis Valley in Nova Scotia. So down a little closer to where David's from there. They didn't have a lot of money growing up, that's for sure. Does Canada still issue prepaid postcards? They do, yeah. You go into a post office. Now, I'm not sure every post office will have them, but most do. Even the ones that are in Shoppers Drug Marts or Jean Coutu's or all the different pharmacies, they usually have some prepaid postcards in there too. I wish they did it more like Royal Mail does it, so when they issue a stamp, they issue a postcard with that stamp. Sometimes they do, and if you go on to their website, you can get them through there, but to go into a post office, they're not as easy to get. No more reminders of that for you, for sure. Roger says on his Greek side, his grandparents were Greek and Russian, great-grandmother. The mother told me that I have a very interesting ancestry, included a countess. Very cool. Yeah, Jilly B does a great job showing the Royal Mail postcards when they come out. And the new issue stamps. Thank you, Isabel. Okay, that's good to know, Stephen, that you can get that. I just go in the post office, and if I don't know already, my postmaster that I go see in there says, you know what, the new stamps are out. So I go over and I pick them up. And then I go home and I do a video about them. As long as they didn't cut the perforations. Oh, excuse me. This morning, I woke up at 5:30. Now, if it was a work day, that would be all right. But it wasn't a work day, and then I couldn't get back to sleep. So I've been up since 5:30 for no apparent reason. I guess, yes, I was excited to go to the stamp show, but I didn't have to be there till 9:30. So 4 hours early was way too early. Well, that seems very strange that Gary went into a post office and all they had out west was postcards showing the East Coast. I could see that if you were there visiting, you would want to have an image of the West Coast. Although the East Coast is very beautiful. All right, Charmaine, go spoil Dakota on her birthday. Thank you so much for popping in and letting us know it was her birthday. Hope you have big plans. Yeah, don't do yawning thing. Oh. Don't want to make me yawn anymore. No, I'm sure it wasn't what they were looking for there. Yeah, I'm hoping that one day when I do get to retire, that my biological clock or the internal clock will not be stuck on 5:30 in the morning. I used to be someone who enjoyed sleeping in, but I certainly don't get to do that anymore. Well, I have the ability if I wanted to, but my internal clock won't let me. All right, Charmaine, we'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much for taking some time to pop in and say hello and listen to whatever's been going on here. You're lucky, Gary, that you can go back to sleep after you wake up. Most of the times, I can't do it. Oh, David got one of those quarterly packs. Okay. Christopher gets up at 5:30 every morning as well. Now, I'm one of those people that doesn't get up super early to spend a couple hours getting ready to go. I'm at work at 6:15. My alarm goes off at 5:30. I get up, I shower, I dress, I go out the door. I don't eat breakfast. I eat when I get back from work. That's my routine. So I know some people take a couple hours getting ready in the morning before they go out. But if that's what makes them happy, that's the routine they like. I know my son likes to get up early and make sure his hair is all done and stuff before he runs out the door. I don't have the same problem. Oh, Wolf who pulls some all-nighters, okay? 6:15 on the weekdays and 7:30 on the weekends and holidays. So you only give yourself an extra hour to sleep. And Ron's up at 4:30 every morning. All right, Ron, what are you doing at 4:30 in the morning? Are you woodworking? What's going on? Going for a morning run? Enjoying coffee? What are you doing at 4:30 in the morning? Oh, that's not a good sign then, Isabel, if your dad still wakes up in retirement at 5:30 in the morning. Good sign for me, I mean, that in the future my body won't adjust to not having to work and sleeping in. Ida Marie's an early riser. Those of you that are on Instagram that I'm communicating with sometimes get messages from me early in the morning because I see your little green light and that you're on, or you've sent me a message and you know that I'll respond. You just enjoy your quiet day. Now, Ron, does that mean you go to bed early? If you're up at 4:30 in the morning, are you going to sleep at 9 o'clock at night? Because I'm one of those people, especially on the weekend, I like to stay up later. Yes, November 11th, Tuesday is a statutory holiday, so there is no post on Tuesday. That's federally, so there won't be mail anywhere across the country. Now, provincial, like you said, Ontario, sometimes some province just respect that hour of silence or that 1 minute of silence or whatever you get. Usually at 11 o'clock there's a minute of silence. Sounds like you have lots of animals around you, Wolfie. That's okay. No mail on Tuesday just means that we have a day to relax and maybe go through some of the other stuff that we have on the go. I am hoping, not hoping is not the right word. I'm not planning on putting a video out on Tuesday. Doesn't mean I won't, but I'm not planning it right now. But I have been working on a video in the background for Dungeons and Dragons, and we'll see. It might be one of those days that I can finally get it edited down. I've had 4.5 hours of footage that I've been going through and reducing. I'm trying to get it down to about a 30-minute video, and so I still have some work to do. I'm under 3 hours now, at least. I've cut out 1.5 hours out of it. But I'm hoping to make it interesting. Oh, you get to have a 4-day weekend with Monday off. Very nice. I'd like to take Monday off. I mean, I could, but then someone else would have to go in the rain, and because Monday's supposed to rain, that's why I'd like to take it off. We'll have a nice Memorial Day at the World War I Memorial. That's good. You're going to the Senate have tomorrow for a service, Christopher? Yeah, seagulls have a little bit of a higher chirp when they're around, and especially if they're all going off at the same time. Mine, 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 mine. Love that scene from Finding Nemo. This has kind of been I wear a different sweater every day, but this has been my go-to one lately. So if you've watched it recently show up, that's why. It's got pockets. It's comfy. I like the collar. Oh, Australia. November 11th isn't a holiday, but April 25th is instead. Okay. The best part of the movie? I don't know. Finding Nemo had a lot of really funny moments in it. I like the turtle. He was really cool in his laid-back way. The bird scene in Psycho. Yeah. That scene has turned my mother-in-law away from birds. I think scared her, she said, when she was younger when it came out. My old dad guys. I am an old dad guy at heart. I love I have one, but it's not great shape now, and my body has outgrown it, shall we say. With the arm patches, the elbow patches, I really like sweaters that have elbow patches. That's another old man sweater quality. Oh, my Mr. Rogers sweater, yeah. If that's who I'm being compared to sometimes, and now I don't think I deserve that kind of comparison, nor do I feel like I get compared to Mr. Dressup, which is the Canadian version. I think it's great. I'm happy to be compared to it sometimes. But yeah, I don't think I have their same virtue that both those gentlemen did have. All the owls at Privet Place in Harry Potter, that was a good scene. And I'm flying, delivering the invitation to go to Hogwarts, coming down the chimneys and through the mail slots. Yeah. Crush was his name, 100%. I don't know, all the characters in that Finding Nemo were pretty well done. Now, the second movie, Finding Dory, wasn't nearly as good. And sometimes that's the way it is with sequels. You know, fish are friends, the sharks. Great characters. Now we're talking about cartoon movies. I don't know, there's a lot of great cartoon movies out there. Renee Lewis, her favorite is Up from Pixar. Great movie. A lot of these movies all have the same thing in common, that the mother dies in the very first scene. Whether it's a Bambi type movie, the Up movie, yeah, the female strong character at the beginning passes away. And so, same thing, Finding Nemo, his mom gets eaten. Spoiler alert, I should have said that first, but by now you should have seen the movie. I didn't know that the Birds was based on a story by Daphne du Maurier. Ratatouille, another good movie. Have I been moonlighting for Australian Post? And I feature on their postcard? Okay. I don't believe I have, but maybe my image has been picked up. If it has, I hope they send me royalties for it. Or is it just a bald guy that's delivering the mail? Yeah, sometimes is a downside to a lot of those cute movies that people all of a sudden decide that they want them for pets. And then after a while, they don't treat them right or don't care for them the way they need to, or they really shouldn't be pets at all. My fame precedes me. You guys let me know. Copyright my image. I don't know if I can copyright a bald guy. Bald guy with a goatee is a pretty standard image. The ghost of TJ Walsh. What's going on here? We're just having a quick chat about what's going on in our different places of the world. We talk about movies, we talk about stamps, postcards, food, all sorts of different things. Right now, it seems we were talking about Disney movies. 101 Dalmatians had that problem. 1,001 Dalmatians? What's 1,001 Dalmatians? I think you just put an extra zero, maybe. What problem? I am indeed Canadian. There's a Canadian flag behind me. So if I say about or a boot, it's the way it comes out. I don't think I say a boot, but I do say about. Oh, the Dalmatian problem. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Ron. Pets and movies. I don't think in Jaws people went out and said, I think I need to have a shark as a pet. I may be wrong on that, but I don't think that was the first thing that happened. It may have put the fear of people wanting to go into the ocean that was irrational. But all right, Monty, have a good day. Thanks for popping in. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and get shoveled out, I guess, if you're having snow already. Keep that snow shovel handy. The guy on the card in Australia is also wearing a dad guy top? If it has my logo on it, then I'm really interested in seeing this card. Your family's Canadian, you grew up in Michigan. All right. You're definitely, depending on where in Michigan you are, you're very close to the border. So where are you now if you're not in Michigan currently? More the style than a that dad. Okay. Someone's got my style. I think I got a pretty common style. Old man style. Now, my daughter was asked at her work, she works at Lululemon. So if those of you who don't know, Lululemon is an athletic wear clothing store that was started in British Columbia, but she works in the one in, or one of the ones in Montreal. And they said, "Oh, what kind of things does your father like to wear?" And her response was Temu shirts and jeans that he's had for years. That kind of sums up my style. I don't like to spend a lot on my clothing, but I like to be fun in my clothing. How's that sound? Four-letter words. What four-letter words got used? Gary, I missed one there. Did someone say that a bad word? Oh, you've been in the Philippines for the last 12 years, all right? What takes you to the Philippines? Are you working? Family? Married? Yeah, I think we're all a little intrigued, Stephen, to see what this image looks like. Lululemon is in the U.S. too, yeah, but it started here. That's kind of what I was getting at. I think you can get Lululemon all around the world now. Wolfie's in the same style as Smith, yeah. My Canadian flag's crooked? Maybe a little bit, yeah. Should I fix it? Oh, that four-letter word. Yeah, we don't want any of that here. Got tired of the cold. Well, that's a good reason to go. And you picked probably a pretty good area to go to that wouldn't have the cold weather. Thank you, Stephen. My clothes are not older than me. No, well, they're not older than me, that's for sure. I don't have anything that is the same age as I am. And if I did, it certainly wouldn't fit anymore. All right, should I go and try to nudge that? We'll see what Ron thinks of that now. Happier, Ron? Does it look straight? Yeah, nobody wants snow right now. You. But I know it's around. It just hasn't come here yet, which is good. It hasn't been cold enough yet. We've had frost, so we have gotten below 0 in the evenings, but we are still kind of hovering around that 8 to 10, 8 to 12 degree mark right now. Oh, Stephen just sent a picture. I can't show it right now, though, because Instagram is on my phone. And I'm on my phone. So I don't know how. Let's see if I can sign on to Instagram on the computer and then flip it around and see. Bear with me. I don't use Instagram on my computer. All right, it's better? Good. I am in Eastern Canada in the province of New Brunswick. And the Canadian flag is now straight. That's good. Gary said they've had frost on the rooftops, but not been below 0. Okay. Now, last year, Gary, I think you guys had more snow in British Columbia than we had here in the Maritimes. The last few years, we've had very little snow. It's gotten cold, but it hasn't been real snowy. And you guys, if you go back and watch the videos, you can attest to it. Now, some of you would say the snow that you did get is way more than we've ever had or ever would want to have, and that's fair. I'm just saying we don't have as much snow as we once used to get. Not that we no longer ever get snow. That would be a fallacy. Yeah, we're kind of used to having snow here, Wolfie. So when it gets here, we complain about it, but we certainly keep going through. if I can log in here. Always cracks me up as an American because Canadians just be totally bilingual and I'm barely You mean unilingual? But yes, not all Canadians are bilingual. Certainly not fluently bilingual. And depending on the region you're in, would depend on how much you ever use French or use English. Now, are you picking up other languages other than English now that you're in the Philippines? You only had 3 days of snow last year, Gary. I thought there was more in Surrey in the Lower Mainland last year. If you're in Quebec, you're speaking French. And there are pockets, like Montreal, that would have French and English. Here in New Brunswick, we have French and English because of the Acadian population. Alberta, there won't be a lot of French. It'll be English. In British Columbia, depending on where you are, maybe in the Lower Mainland, you might also have Hindi or Mandarin. Roger, what kind of winter will you expect in Athens, Greece? I don't suspect you're looking forward to any snow. Well, folks, we're coming up on an hour. It's our usual time. I've tried to log in on the Instagram on the computer. It's not really working, so I think we'll have to wait till the card arrives here, and then we can send it out. Otherwise, Stephen, if you want to post it on Instagram, you can, and those of us who are on Instagram can see the card that way. But if it ends up in my mailbox, I'll certainly let everybody see it in a Friday video whenever it arrives. Okay, so you're sticking mostly to English in the Philippines, okay? And you're having warmer than usual winter? That's not a bad thing. I know, an hour goes by really quickly, doesn't it? And my son, he arrived 10 minutes before I was to go live, hopped in the shower, was able to finish showering before live, so kudos to him because he was going to shower right in the middle of the live stream again like he does almost every week. So, well, that's it, folks. I think we're going to wrap it up. 59 minutes and counting here. Hope you guys have an enjoyable weekend. Those of you that will be celebrating Remembrance Day on Tuesday, enjoy that too. I will put out a video tomorrow, probably about what I got at the stamp show today. And I'll probably do a post-cross card, but probably won't do a video about that. And then on Monday, I want to show you the stamps that came in the mail last week. So there was quite a bit of that arrived from Debbie in Ohio, Ida Marie, your contribution, and Stephen in Montana. And then there was also a chain letter of stamps that came from Germany. And Ron, your stamps too are for the 200th giveaway of this. So that's on December the 13th. So I'll probably show those as well. All right, that's going to be it. That's what you have to look forward to coming up in the next couple days. And I'll keep working on that other video. So we'll see when that comes out about Dungeons and Dragons. Okay, have a magical week, everybody.